Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. In this video, I'm going to go through the hope tree and what I think about all of the testing that I've done. Now, I've used up my free reset. I put all of my points in, realised I'd missed out one key factor. Fortunately, we had that free reset. Now, there is another reset coming up in around 6 days' time. I believe that is when, so the next round of the World Arena starts in 6 days' time. So, get your resets in now, and then you can get your resets in before the World Arena to build those teams. Right, okay, so first things first, what am I going to invest in for the Oak Tree? Well, the primary thing that I would like to invest in is this Energy on Ultimate and then Grace of Hunters, specifically Grace of Hunters. The reason that I like to invest in Grace of Hunters is because it triggers one more time when allies receive healing. There is no energy restriction, which is why it's so good. If this was gain 200 energy and then 100% of the healing received is converted into defense and attack, that would make it still a bad synergy, or not a bad synergy, but a much more difficult synergy to obtain. Now what I've done is gone 5 of 5 on both, so we do get the 25 positive moon glow after using ultimate, so we get up to that 200 energy very quickly if we do need it, but I just don't think you need it. Now, proof of Glorians. Increase the number of Glorian synergies in the team by 1. This is absolutely required, and I'll show you why in just a second. So, this is what I've gone for initially. As you can see, you got 57 left. So effectively, I could get another proof of like Ethereals, another proof of Misfires, Valianters, Avengers, etc. I can't get any of these. I probably could. No, I can't. Yeah, I could. I could get one of these. And we do have the Ecliptus unlocked. So I can increase max defense, HP, and attack of any of these going forward. You can do, but I'm not going to. I'm going to invest in certain skills within this specific tree. So first things first, I would recommend, like I said, getting Grace of Hunters and Proof of Glorians. Next, we will go on to Misfires, Bone Corruption. So you need to get both of these up to, I believe it's level 3, in order to get this up to level 5. And then, so I'll just show that off. The reason that I'm going this side, the left side, on the banish skill, is primarily, I mean, both do effectively the same thing, except Grace of Enigmas, you steal one, and it can potentially go back after 4 rounds. Whereas banish will banish it for, depending on if you've maxed it out, it'd banish it for 5 rounds. But again, it's not something that I think is going to be super required this season, primarily because everybody should be running, or at least I think everybody will be running the 2 Glorians per team, which will give immunity from banish for the first 4 rounds. So there is that. What I will say is the reason I'm going up this left path is because we already have a lot of energy build up, positive moon glow build up. So combining these seems to work out very well. Now the reason that I have to do it this way, and you have to pump 1 or 2 into here to get up to your level 3. So you get up to level 3, you cannot continue past that unless you've got more points in. So we go ahead, check it. Yep, we can go ahead and spend. And then I can pop in points here, and then I still need 20 points on the page. Now, I don't particularly think it matters. I think probably going for Grace of Gaze, because you're going to be combining the teams, the Misfires and the Glorians anyway. You've already got a 5 out of 5 or level 5 here, and you will have 2 out of 5 here, and this is on basic attack as well. So we've got to be pumping up. We still need more points, so let's go ahead, put 3 points into here and get this all the way up to 5. Now I do have 30 left over, so I could go ahead and pick up the Proof of Mystifies if I were to spend more points on this page, but I don't think it's required. I think 3 rounds banish is absolutely fine, and 15 positive moon glow after each basic attack is going to be fine as well. What we're going to do is going to move on to Dooms now. So Dooms this season, we're going to go for this. Dooms Reprisal, same thing. Now I do actually think that the Grace of Divine is much better. The problem is if you combine it with the grace of hunters, then the positive and negative don't balance each other out. Now, you don't require positive Moonglow energy in order to activate Grace of Hunters, but what you do need is negative Moonglow energy, at least one negative Moonglow energy, which would require pumping 5 negative Moonglow into this. Now, potentially it can work because this is on heal, so you get the currently you get 1 negative Moonglow every time you receive healing. With this one, we're going to need to go into a certain path anyway. And I just don't think Grace of Claw is very good. When an ally is attacked, consumes 200 positive Moonglow to deal equal to 5% of lost HP to all enemies. It's consuming 200 energy, which is a lot. It is sort of the cap. And I believe you are limited to 100 per round as well in PvP, which is why, even though it's a bit of a contradiction, I think going for the Grace of Divine, so you get the attack boost, defense boost, and HP boost. You get 2 stacks of that per round when you hit 1 negative Moonglow energy. Having this, because the way that the Grace of Hunters works, it's on ultimate, so you would effectively counteract. You would get 125 negative. Sorry, you get 125 positive Moonglow energy on round 2. But then all of the healing that you're receiving on the team should contradict it. Should do. But again, I just don't think it's worth it. So what we're going to do, we're going to pump this up as far as we can. So we go 1. We need, yeah, it's fine. I still think this side is better, but for synergy purposes, effectively we need it on that side. So I can pump these up to 3, 4, and then I need a couple more in here, 20 points in here altogether. Can't go up any further. No, that's absolutely fine. And what I'm going to do as well, we've only got 11 points, but I would 100% go into increase the dodge for all allies by 1%. I believe that goes up to 15% at max, and when you dodge an attack, you consume X Moonglow energy. Let's just show it in the overview. Yeah, Grace of Shadows. Every 20 negative Moonglow energy increases the dodge of all allies by 15%. Each dodge consumes 100 negative Moonglow. All allies can cast an ultimate after a dodge, dealing damage and applying stun for 1 round. This is really, really strong. I mean really, really strong. But again, the problem is it's on the negative Moonglow side, and the Astral Dragon is okay. I think they've bolstered it a little bit. From my testing with it, I think they've bolstered it a little bit. But realistically, you want to go with this route. Because effectively, if you can build up your negative Moonglow energy, you can do a lot of damage. And with this one, the Ascension, so I think Valianters and Ethereals this season, you might be able to combine them. The Grace of Summoners, again, it's not my favourite because you rely on your summoning units, but potentially you can have Valianters Ethereals team built, and you can also have an Avengers Valianters and Avengers Ethereals. That'll be later on when we've been able to build up enough points. But for now, I'm going to focus on these 3 synergies. So that's Dooms, Glorians, Misfires, and potentially Ethereals. But again, we only have 11 points. It's not enough to invest currently. If I scroll out, as you can see, Doom's got 19, Mystifire's got 27, Glorian's got 45. So I think for a more balanced approach, what I need to do is add you on, and then I need to add you on it, and then I've got 3 left. So can't do this, can't do this. Let's go to... For Glorians, I don't know. After taking action, Glorian synergy mates have a 10% chance to provide 10 stacks of debuffs. You're not getting debuffed that much. Not really. The 10 stacks of debuffs can be corrode damage. So if you're going up against very strong Misfires teams, but it's after taking action. So, I mean, yeah, it is what it is, and it's a 10% chance. And it does go up to a 50% chance to purify 10 stacks of debuffs, I believe. But for me, I sleep on that one. It's the max level preview on this one. Yeah, 50% chance to purify 10 stacks of debuffs. It's like, it's a coin flip. If that was guaranteed, yeah, absolutely. Again, I've not invested in Valianters whatsoever. I think this is quite interesting because when we get to the max level for it, Valianters synergy mates increase their attack by 320% after each kill. I've done testing with that, and unfortunately, Valianters just don't get kills. What they get is executes, and executes do not contribute towards this. I have put a request in on the suggestion channel on the Discord. If you've not joined, go and join. But I've put a suggestion in for changing the logic behind changing the logic behind corrode damage, changing the logic behind reflect damage, and changing the logic behind the execute mechanics. That's 3 different mechanics, all of which do not trigger a kill, which is a big problem because for this, Valiant's synergy mates increase their attack by 320% after each kill. It's very strong, very powerful effect. If you are going up against, say, a Phantom team with Janna on it, your team's got to be absolutely mentally strong. But if you execute all of those enemies, then it doesn't count. Same as Katrina when she uses that follow-up attack. So she does a big attack, a big cannon attack, and then it'll go do, and it'll hit another 5 times, however many times. That doesn't count as a kill either. There's a lot of stuff which doesn't trigger kill, which you need to be aware of. But again, the other reason that I have suggested that they make this change is because of jump into archives, going to Valianters. This lady right here, Pandora. Now she looks crazy. It's because she is. Absolutely. When an ally kills an enemy, they will cast the skill again on the enemy target with the lowest HP. Do you know what that means? It means that every unit on the Valianters team, or every unit that is on a team with Pandora, will double ult, or they will effectively have Themis' skill. So when Themis kills an enemy, she repeats her ultimate. This, combined with Themis, is fantastic. The problem is, if Themis gets an execute, the chain stops. So effectively, the chain will cut off because the execute happened. Now, if they change it so the execute registers as a kill, which it did when Hades was released, Hades' mechanic allowed Themis to chain off with execute. It was glorious. It was fantastic. I thought they had finally brought Themis back to life, but they haven't. And I think this unit here will suffer with the same problem that Themis has. In the execute ability does not trigger this passive. When an ally kills an enemy, they will cast their skill again. But they won't cast it again because they'll have executed it, because the whole point of the Valiant synergy is that if they attack a unit below 20% HP, or now 35% with Hades, you will not get that kill trigger. It's the same as why Atrox doesn't heal if you execute an enemy. It is the same reason why Macaria doesn't trigger if you have executed more than 2 enemies, because they are not technically dead. They did not die. They were executed. There is a difference in game, and it is something that I have asked and asked and asked for to be changed, but it's not, which is why Valianters suck. If that execute ability classed as a kill, Valianters would be so much stronger. Especially given the Hope Tree. I mean, just look at it. Valianters synergy mates increase their attack by 20%. It doesn't seem very much. Valiant's synergy mates increase their attack by 320% per kill. Yeah, that is strong if you're not executing. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on the whole Hope Tree situation. Invest in 3 of your strongest builds. Specifically and primarily, you should get Grace of Hunters. Get Grace of Hunters up to full, and then you get Proof of Glorians, and then you can build teams like this. So if I jump into my Foggy Coliseum, as you might be aware, it is on for this week. So I jump into my setups, and I have, let me just budge my big old head out of the way, 1, 2, 2 Glorians. I have 1, 2 Glorians. I have 1, 2 Glorians. In fact, you should go here. And then I'll trade you with you. And then I will trade. No, because. Yeah, that'll do. But again, 1, 2. And then 1, 2. So I have 2 Glorians in every single team, and I've only put in, so I've put in Dooms on this one because we built Dooms up, as we mentioned. I've put Ethereals in this one. We haven't built Ethereals up, but this team is strong enough as is. The healing from Karnak will bolster the rest of the team. The attack increase and HP increase from Elisha will do what they need to, and Eudora will just kill everything turn 2. Then you've got, you have Gaia, who will destroy just about everything. We bolstered up Misfires, and we bolstered up Ethereals. Again, Misfires, and then this time I've gone with a Dooms team as my final team. So let me know how it goes for you. Is it going well? How have you split up your hope tree? Are you still enjoying the season so far? I am. And thanks very much for watching. Hope you have a fantastic day.